all that is necessary in your life. You're going to do everything that you can in order to get those necessary tools, right? Or those necessary people in your life. Because when you realize and you see the bigger picture, you understand why people are in your life. And if they're not in your life because you push soul away or spirit away, that you're not going to understand your full purpose. It's safe to say that when you're aware of this twin flame journey, you are a very spiritual being. This masculine is a very spiritual being. With that being said, he's looking at completions here. He wants good karma, good faith. He wants good to come back to him. So when you do that, you have to put in the good work in order to get the good back. So this is something that he has a concept of. This is the general big picture that he's understanding, at least to that degree. The Temperance card is doing your work. I love how they show a girl there who's very beautiful herself, got really nice earrings, very nice hair, and she sees people her age over there just kind of partying, gallivanting. Whatever you do, you listen to music, you're dancing, you're in your bikinis, and she's over here looking like the handmaiden. Like, oh my God, I wish I could do that. Oh my God, and she even knows them. So this tells me that the divine masculine right now, would want to be with his family that he's already created. If he doesn't have kids, he would want to be somewhere where he's been for quite some time. Or if not with the family, he would want to be somewhere with his friends rather than having to understand how to make amends, okay, and see the general picture. He's having to grow up. He's having to put a head on his shoulders and look people in the eye and finally say, I know why you're here. I know why. I know this, I know that, and I'm ready to do this. I'm ready to do that. I do get a little bit of temptation here. We also have the Ten of Wands, which came up for the Divine Feminine. So I love the mirror effect, and these two first major arcanas came up in result for the Divine Feminine, as well as the Karmic. But this was in the Divine Feminine spread, and the Ten of Wands is that fire energy, and it's him having to rebuild from the bottom up, and it looks so good. It's so funny, the mirror effect is because the Divine Feminine starting from complete scratch, some of them, right? And the Divine Masculine starting in already the tower, for an example, in already the home, having to work his way around it. It's kind of like cleaning up your house when you just bought it, you're breaking in, versus living in your home and then cleaning up a Sunday clean. I hope that makes sense to some people, but it just looks like he's having to do the work humbly and understanding all of the people that have been in his life that he's going to have to work towards, because now that he understands and sees the bigger picture of why specifically the Divine Feminine is supposed to be in his life, the soul partner, not just the spirit, right, is supposed to be in his life. This is called balance, and he's looking at balancing his life, and it's not whether he wants to or not. That's not the word. So some of us have to realize that there's no resentment towards us. There's only resentment towards oneself, and understanding that the twin flame journey is a highlight of who you are when you see that in someone else. You see the rot and you see the beauty, you see the diamonds, and now it's the balance of him understanding the two and knowing that you can't keep pushing things away. It's only going to keep coming back to you. At this point, the Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine are both having to be lifted and shifted and carried on through. So the Ten of Wands talks about that, having to work for something, having to create balance, having to create your foundation sturdy. So you see he's got all the tools that he needs. This is food and water, whatever he's got to do right now to be able to do it on his own. If he's distancing himself from his family, maybe just not the kids, if they don't have kids, just the karmic partner, if they don't have that karmic situation, distancing themselves from that right now so that they can be able to understand what they're working with. Some people would say, well, why would they do that? Again, the divine is going to carry you through. You've never been in a situation before where you kept denying something or someone and the truth came out. So this is what that is. The truth is coming out. And depending on your journey, depending on your willpower and your selfishness and your restraint and all your karma and karmic debts, it's the harder it's going to hit you. Some people just have to tell the truth that, hey, I did cheat on you. Some people have to relocate and start from zero and walk back to and fro from work and eat a piece of bread and have no money. I mean, it still goes 0 to 100, so it looks like he's having to do that right now. And it's in accordance to the Divine Feminine. So I think they're going to be able to come together finally and go through that marriage or that relationship, that friendship that has been longing, that you two long for. It's like, why can't I be in a relationship with him? Am I not good enough? Am I not good enough? The both of you. And it's like, well, it's not time for you to be in a relationship. So why did we meet? Because we need to understand what we need to do to be ready even to understand that relationship, then get into. I mean, it's a whole tedious thing, but try to think outside the box where as spirituality lies. Then we have the Five of Pentacles, which came up in a shuffle for the Divine Feminine, that he's going to be able to nurture her and she's going to be able to nurture him. Go watch that video. Like I said, this video will be the answers to that Divine Feminine versus Karmic video. So for those who like to skip through and only like to hear the jolly lolly, you're not watching my channel. So please go back and watch that video, because we're not about jolly lollipop. We're about learning and progression, human growth and development. And with the colors here, it's very earthy. You know, the greens, it's earthy, so it means money, it means stability, it means humble, you know, it means unbiased opinions, to be honest. I mean, it screams to me equality. And what a lesson. You know, there's a song, and I don't remember, but it's coming to my head. It's probably like the 90s to early 2000s kind of vibe. And it's about how a woman is singing. It's kind of a country song about how she got the boy, but the other woman got the man. You know, they'll never, either two will never get that, what they both got to experience with the same guy. But the one singing got the boy and the other one got the man, you know. And I think a lot of us Divine Feminine started to think like, hey, if I'm his twin flame, and you start to realize what that means, you're like, wait, so every time he comes to see me, he's mean to me, but he understands soft and gentle touch when he goes back home and he can apply it to her. How is she ever going to believe she's a karmic partner if all she sees is him elevating? But it doesn't work. You know, again, why did we meet then? Is so that we can understand at least the potential of where we can go. Okay. So, and now it's time for him to work for that. Now it's time for him to put it into gear. And this card and that reading, the Divine Feminine versus the Karmic, just now, it clarifies this card that the Divine Feminine right now is going through changes. This also came up in her spread. This one was a shuffled card. And it seems like it's finally time for the two to come together in love. You know, there's so many different aspects, or, you know, the heart has all different vessels and a fibrillation, all that stuff that makes it pump. And I feel like this is the one that is so, that feels the most, so it's the most discarded. And it's now about time that they come together and feel, because no one else, nowhere else is going to be able to patch that wound but one another. Let's go ahead and clarify this Five of Pentacles for the Divine Masculine. Five of Pentacles for the Divine Masculine. Yeah, the Four of Wands. So, you know, it came to me in reverse. It came upright, but it came in reverse. And I think I know what Spirit is trying to tell me. It's going to be an ultimate happy ending for you two. But I think with this fire energy, it's still a feeling of this. If you watch that video I'm referring to so much, it's not wanting to. It's like you're saying, damn, I knew this was going to happen. I knew I was going to be here. I knew I was going to be struggling, waiting on the divine, you know, believing in God's word, or believing in this and waiting for the divine and the da-da-da, and I'm here. But it's like not understanding that at least you have something to work with, that you can say everything is okay. And, you know, you're going to need each other to be able to know that. That's what this twin flame journey is about, and nobody's going to be able to come between that bond. No matter how much everyone's like, oh, why'd you guys break up? Why'd you cheat on me after everything we've been through? But sometimes what you've been through, just, you know, the drug abuse stays doesn't mean that that's who you're going to be just because you got through the drugs. You know, sometimes it's really about your soul purpose, and then the spirit gets to come in and balance, because it's like, you know, I still had a choice here. You know, just because the spirit picks me up and goes and I end up here doesn't mean that I'm actually going to end up working. You know, just for an example out of the many. So it looks like there's going to be a happy ending with you two. But right now, you two are both in this rut of loss. But you guys get to come together in that. And I'm not saying this is the first thing you're going to see, but if you've been watching my videos, I know that the Divine Masculine or the Divine Partner you're watching for is going to come to you in sorrow. But you just may be the one that they're coming to in sorrow. The answer is because you're in that same sorrow and loss as they are. The Divine Feminine's reading didn't have any pentacles. This was the only pentacle card that came up. As far as loss, there's something you're going to be able to understand that's going on with him or her, and that they're going to be able to understand that's going on with you. The Divine Masculine and you are both going to see this this first real shot at love, this first real shot at being like, look, man, this is what we got. And it's not so much that the people around you know you so well, or or even that happy for you. They just see you happy. There's spotlight on you, there's spotlight on them. That's another couple right there. To me, the cat and the dogs are running around, everybody's like holding around. It's love. It's a love fest. You guys are going to know love. You guys are going to be, you don't even have to have people around you who cheer you on, because maybe both of you have spent a bigger part of your life in a situation full of family and friends that got to know them. They don't know you guys yet. You guys are going to be able to walk through that gate that you're heading towards and be able to showcase your love. Maybe this is what it's going to look like. Maybe you're going to be able to be that power couple that this Four of Wands. It's a celebration and it's a completion, and at least being together, and at least being able to turn those frowns upside down. This is where a lot of us get, maybe you guys will become business partners. Maybe you guys will become some sort of partner. But even in that, partnership rises from this. And I love how this is a pentacle card, a partnership. I love how this is a fire energy. So it's loyalty. It's to the ends. It's to the depths of you. This is forever. Let's go ahead and get some more cards here. Queen of Pentacles, and then now I see that Six of Swords that came out for the Divine Feminine, the Sun card. So like I said, it's all coming into fruition. It's all manifesting the right way. And I know some of us get so bipolar, and like 1 minute the sun comes up and we're happy, and then the sun goes down, the clouds cover the sun, and we're just like super sad, and then we're just like, well, where is this going to go? Oh my God, and da-da-da-da. Some of us are like, if I die tomorrow, what the fuck was I stressing about today? But you know what? Just know that you're stressing and stressing, but one day, soon, very soon, both of your struggles are going to come together. Both of you and what you're struggling are going to come together. Trust me. And we just have to do exactly what we've been scared of doing all of this time, and that's taking a chance. Look who's at the top of the deck with the Fool card, and managing and balancing. Let me card, the Transformation. So I saw the Temptation card. Now I see the Transformation for it. Clarify that. Okay, the Temptation and the Six of Cups. So is like a hair on my leg. I opened up to the deck, and I also got Temptation again. So I'm not being open with you guys right now. Tell me about Temptation. Just give me one card for it, and we'll end here. So we got the King of Pentacles. So we saw the Queen, and now we see the King, and that's what's coming out for the Temptation card. I'm not understanding. The Nine of Pentacles. I think it's a guilt. It's a guilt. It's a guilt that he's going to feel. And then we have the Justice. It's a guilt because a lot of them are going to be sending the karmic partner and who they have families with off, or just ditching them or ignoring them because they have a calling to be somewhere else, somewhere that they're going to be indefinitely. And with the Queen of Cups, so the water energy, the person that they love. And I don't know, I get a lot. I get a lot from that. I get a lot that maybe they don't feel like they can amount to being in a relationship with the Divine Feminine. I feel like a lot of them may feel like they're not worthy. They're not worthy of this kind of power, the High Priestess and the Empress. I feel like a lot of them are not worthy of that power. Here's that King of Swords that came up for the Divine Feminine and the Karmic. This is the card that is persuading, gave the Karmic instructions to relocate so that he can focus where he needs to. Okay? And that's the devil. So he has always that guilty conscience. That's what that is. To be anything great, like a King of Pentacles to the Queen of Pentacles, to be in love, to have a new family, because he left one to be with the other. So that's what that is. And we're going to, and here's Temptation again, we're going to have to fight through that, because he gave instructions one where he has like royalty to have almost close to nothing right now, in order to be somewhere else, to make new, to make haste to be somewhere else. And he's gonna amount to it, because in a twin flame journey, abundance is easy. Abundance is easy, but I think he's just, Yeah, he may be an air sign or thinking a lot like an air sign because he's leaving other people out in the cold. He's leaving other people in suspense to go and get another family, to go and make another family with the divine feminine. So we'll pick up where we left off later. Thank you so much for tuning in. Bye.